Hey everyone, it's Dawn Carter and it's time for Twitter Scope. I am at dcart on the socials and on Snapchat I'm at dcart. And you have stumbled across Twitter Scope. What the heck is Twitter Scope? Well, I don't know if you've said this or you've heard friends say this. I just don't get Twitter. I don't get how to use Twitter to connect with my prospects, how to use it to connect with my industry. I just don't get it. Twitter sucks. And so thus Twitter Scope was born. And I just want to let you know that all the past episodes, so every single day, I'm here along with you, pushing back that veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter. It doesn't only have to do with Twitter, though. A lot of the principles, a lot of the things we're talking about could apply to, for the most part, most social media platforms. Most. All the past episodes you can find on hashtag TwitterScope. If you go to YouTube, or you might be finding this on YouTube. So if so, thank you so much. Hit subscribe. That would be awesome. And let me just go ahead and jump on into this. Today, we are on TwitterScope, episode 109, and I'm going to talk real briefly about how's your visual content? How's your visual content? And now we're talking here about connecting with your customers, your tribes, your prospects. For instance, say you are an author and you want to connect with your fan base, the people that you eventually hope will connect with your book. One of the things that is often overlooked, and not so much now with the rise of other platforms like Pinterest and Instagram. I just read a statistic this week that Instagram overtook Twitter in terms of a subscriber base. And it's just goes to show you the power of visual images to convey marketing messages, to convey emotion, and to be able to connect with your tribe. Huge, huge, huge. So, one of the things, and the reason why this is the way we're wired, the way human beings are wired, is that we see, oh, hey, Mark, I'm so glad you hopped on. Visuals are processed way faster in the human brain than text is. And that's just part of how we're created. The eyeballs process that information and we can respond and hey, good to see you. But the thing that's nice about that is that there's so much research that basically says research increases research. Of course, research is because visuals increase engagement. I mean, that would just be, if just put on your own consumer cap for a moment and you realize, yeah, what are the things that I click on? What are the things that people pass to me? 9 times out of 10, they're going to contain some kind of visual. So just want to reiterate the power of, if part of my job as a brand is to equip my followers or equip my fans to share my content, share my brand, basically do my job for me, it's a good thing. But you have to equip them. You can't just, leave them hanging. If you want people to do stuff, you have to give them, you have to equip them. So what do I mean by visual content? I think a lot of people just think, well, I have to go out and pay a photographer to do crazy expensive photographs, or, yes, you should definitely, if we're talking your headshot, get a good headshot. But beyond that, you can be super, super creative with what I mean by visual content. Huge rise right now in videos. Videos are taking the world by storm, mainly because we're all walking around with phones in our pockets, which are like little video cameras. The ability to be able to convey video is amazing. I'm about to do Facebook Lives and use stick figures exactly. So one of the comments here, if you're catching this on the replay and can't see the comments, Mark Bernard is going to be using Facebook Live and using stick figures. Perfect. You think about, back when you were in school or in college and you saw, a professor or somebody would start to draw. I mean, that would draw you in because now you're able to convey concepts. So powerful. Videos are tremendously powerful. I'll do a whole week, maybe next week, all on how to come up with video content for equipping your tribe again, or giving your prospects or your fans interesting content. Number 2, another great thing is an infographic. You would think, well, Don, I'm in an industry that is, I'm in a restaurant industry. There's a lot of data that you can easily transform into infographics if you have the right folks that know how to do that. There's a lot of free tools that you can use out there. Even something as ridiculous as PowerPoint, you can use a lot of those things. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Another example of visual content, of course, photographs. Photographs are going to be used. I mean, that is, without saying, people are drawn to, especially well crafted photographs, but they don't always have to be highly produced. Sometimes those random or behind the scenes things are a lot of fun for people to consume. Slideshows. A lot of people don't even think or even understand that as a marketer, if I can train my prospects in some small way, if I can share a little bit of my content out to people, it's a great way to build goodwill. It's a great way to establish that emotional connection that those people have with you as a brand, because they're grateful that you've taught them something. Don't overlook slideshows. Things like SlideShare. Amazingly fun and easy and quick way to maybe convey something, maybe a 2 or 3 point educational concept. Now, if you think about it, if the product you're selling requires this long education curve, then feed that content to people. Give them those. In order to buy my product, people need to understand these 3 elements. Then break those elements into 3 different teachable moments. So just want to let you guys know that there are way, way more examples of ways of creating visual content. If you guys have ideas, put them down here in the comments. These are just 3 quick ways of doing that. One of the greatest and most engaging ways that brands are using visual content is to have users generate their content for them. User-generated content is huge. You literally do something as simple as let people know, hey, I want to show pictures of, Coach, I think did this a couple years ago, the brand. Use this hashtag and take pictures of your Coach product, your handbag or your purse or whatever, your briefcase, and then post them using this. And then basically they get all this juicy content of their users who love their product, and they love that. Yeah, draw them and use whiteboards live. I love that. Stay away from, Mark Menard says, stay away from complicated charts and graphs. Make them simple. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those back in the napkin kinds of things. And Robert Stern says, draw them and use whiteboards live. Excellent points. I mean, those are great. Another example, we're talking about visual content. I mean, don't be, and it depends on what kind of personality you have, but I'm not afraid to use props. So like I will use this and I will point to, where's my little blab site? There we go. Blab right there. Use props if you want, but you have to have that personality that can pull that off. I could care less if I look like a fool, but use appropriate props. One last really, where's that? But here we go. Excellent. If you have not read this, Power of Visual Storytelling, Dan Rome, here we go. And I get to even use my prop. There we go. Forward by Dan Rome. It's by Ekaterina Walter. I'm sorry. Right there. Excellent book. Really well researched and does a fabulous job of really kind of breaking down what a lot of brands are doing. And if you are your own brand or you are supporting a nonprofit that you want to get the word out, equip yourself with these tools. All the big brands with the ginormous marketing budgets, they don't have to have all of these tricks in their bags. So want to let you know, this was just a real quick rundown of taking a look at your visual content and look at it through visitors' eyes. Is it boring? Am I a restaurant? Do I only post pictures of my enchiladas? Then spice it up a bit. Ooh, that kind of worked. So so use visual content. Don't be afraid. One of the best things you can do is create visual shareable nuggets. Visual shareable nuggets. That's where things like, something that's funny, a quote that people are not embarrassed to share around. Think like a fan. Like as Brian Fanza would say, think like a fan. Put on your hat that says, I'm not in my industry. I'm talking to people that don't even know what it is that I sell, and go, what would I share? Would I share some boring text update? No, I probably wouldn't. But create those things. So sometimes those things are a little tough, especially for small business owners who are nose to the grindstone. You're cranking on your business. Then partner with people for whom that comes easily. Trade something, do something that arrange some kind of relationship so that your strength can complement their strength. And that might be another option for you. So signing off, Twitter Scope. These are daily Twitter, social media, marketing tips. Not always about Twitter, but typically about Twitter because that's where we've heard the most comments about about things sucking. But anyway, go ahead and follow me on the socials. I would love it. I forget. Follow me on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you type in hashtag TwitterScope, all of the old episodes, the 101s, will come up before you post it. Think, is it educational or entertaining? If it is, then engagement will follow. Absolutely. Great comment by Robert Stern. Yes, absolutely. Before you post, think, would I find this entertaining or educational? So great point. See, this is why I love live video. It's like, because together we can help solve problems because we are a lot smarter together. So thanks again, you guys, for hopping on, and I will see you later. And if you're catching this on the replay, do not forget to subscribe. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.